we've got a massive amount of balance changes. Plus, we've got me maxing out my Crow in Hard Rock Mine using a strategy that I just showed you guys here on the channel just recently. So check this video out, guys, because you're going to love it. Hey everyone, what's happening? Lex back today for another Brawl Stars video. Today, we are doing double duty. Not only am I going to be going over all the balance changes that just hit the game, and it's a massive amount, only 2 brawlers were left untouched, but also I'm going to be showing you, if you look right over there, the footage from me hitting 500 on my Crow, my first 500 brawler. I finally took time last night to grind it out so you guys can enjoy that sweet footage right there of me hitting Crow all the way up to 500 in Hard Rock Mine using the strategy that I just showed you guys on my channel 2 videos ago. If you haven't seen that, check the annotation right up there because you can go ahead and check that video out as well. On that video, I showed you guys that as the gym carrier, there's a couple wild cards, Jesse and Crow. I was using Crow as the gym carrier right there, playing with Despotic and Good Vibes. Earlier in the night, I was also playing with Rhaedin, so we had some good times there. Big thanks to those guys because they played really, really well. So let's go over all these balance changes because it's crazy. I'm going to try to go over them quickly and give you some short thoughts on it, but there's a lot. There is a ton of balance changes that just hit. We were kind of waiting for this to happen, and then just bam! I had no clue that this was going to be this massive, just sweeping changes to the game in the Brawlers. So let's hop right into it. First off, we got Colt. Now, Colt has been he's been the best brawler in the game for quite a little while now. What they've done is they've decreased his main attack range from 10 to 9, and his star power speed decreased from 100 to 50. I like the fact that Colt got nerfed. I don't know if I like him being kind of a mid-range brawler. I don't know. We're going to have to see how that plays out, but I'm kind of on this change. I wanted Colt to get nerfed, but I don't know. Maybe like one less bullet would have been nice. I'm not sure, but we're going to have to see how this played out. But a Colt nerf is a good thing because, let's just face it, he was too strong. As much as I love Colt, I really do, he was just too strong, period. So next up, we got Daryl. They're saying that he was really low used in high trophy games, and so they've increased his health from 4,600 to 5,000 health, and they increased his main damage from 320 to 360. Pretty solid buff, and I don't think that Daryl was that weak. I don't know, so I can see how he needed a little bit of buff, so I like it. I think that's good. Next up is Bo. Bo just got a simple health buff from 3,200 HP to 3,600. All right, next up we got Dynamite. So Dynamite, they're saying it was underused compared to Barley, and I can see that. Dynamite's a little bit harder to play, and his shots are a little bit harder to hit, and so they made his damage it's just a straight up damage increase from 720 to 800. I'm kind of on the fence about this one as well. I do like that Dynamite got a buff, but I don't think that's going to make him any easier to play. Just he does more damage when he hits. Up next is El Primo. Now they're saying that El Primo is just a little bit weak compared to Bull, and so they just want to give him some more health to help compensate for that. So El Primo now has 6,000 HP. That's a lot, and I've actually been starting to be drawn to El Primo a little bit more here lately, so I like it. All right, so this next buff I actually don't agree with. Jessie, her short range combined with her low health leaves her a bit weak. The star power and health buff should help her keep the advantage when her turret is up and running. That's what they say the reason for this buff is. They've increased her health from 2,800 to 3,200 and increased her star power healing from 600 to 800. Personally, I find Jessie one of the most annoying brawlers to face. If she gets her turret in a good spot and you don't have somebody to directly counter that, like the throwers who, let's face it, they're not in the meta near as much as they used to be, I think Jessie was plenty fine where she was, but obviously Brawl Stars disagrees with me, and hey, they can make in the game, so they gave her some buffs, so we'll see how that shakes out, but I feel like not too long ago, remember when we had some big Jessie buffs, and Jessie was just ridiculous OP? Now they buffed her turret back then, and then they nerfed it a little bit, so it's not exactly the same thing, but I feel like we've kind of already seen this Jessie OP buff, so we're going to see how this shakes out, but I'm personally not a fan of this buff, honestly. I thought Jessie was okay where she was. Next up is Nita. Now, I totally agree with this because Nita needed a buff. And it's not that Nita was bad. Nita was good. Her range is pretty good. Her damage was okay, but it wasn't like she was really great. There was just always a better option. And the big problem with Nita was that her bear was it was just a little slight distraction against good teams. It would die almost instantly. It would never do anything real. And so here's what they've done. They've increased her health from 3,400 to 3,800, increased her star power healing from 200 to 300. You know, the bear and her, they give each other health. And then they increased the bear speed. And this is what I really like. They increased the bear speed from 500 to 550. So now that maybe that bear is going to be able to close in on somebody a little bit faster, maybe make it more of a threat. We'll see. I still think that this is, I don't know, I think this is going to bring her up to a pretty good spot. So I like this buff overall. I think it's really nice. Next up is Poco. Poco has He's a really cool brawler. I really like Poco, but compared to Pam here recently, Pam's just a better option. And so what they've done is they've decreased his reload speed from 2 seconds to 1.8, so he's going to shoot faster, and his star power healing is from 200 up to 300. The star power healing, I liked it. That's good. His star power is kind of a little bit situational, where you're not going to really usually want to spend all your shots just to heal somebody 600 before. I guess it'd be 900 now. Is going to be good. I like this because Poco needs a little bit of love, not a bunch, but a little bit. Next up on the buff list, which again, I'm like, oh, really? You buffed him? Was Spike. Spike's reload time buff should help compensate for Spike's shorter range and low health compared to other brawlers. I thought Spike was fine. In fact, I thought Spike was really strong. With his star power, Spike is a force, and now he's going to be even stronger. Next up on the nerf list was Bull. This is absolutely needed. Bull, after 3 buffs, to his star power, his speed, and his health, was just insane off the charts. So what they've done is they've decreased his health from 5,400 to 5,200, and now his star power triggers at 40% rather than 50%. So 2 small nerfs, but I think this is going to bring Bull back in line. He's still going to be really strong. He's still going to be very good. Don't worry, Bull lovers. Next up is Ricochet, and this is a nerf that I've been calling for a little while. I thought that this was a great thing. Ricochet is getting his health reduced from 2,800 to 2,400, which is a pretty sizable nerf to his health pool. However, makes it to where he's going to be just a little more fragile, where you'll be able to take him out, because let's face it, Ricochet's damage is off the charts. So we'll still see if they decide to nerf his damage, later on, but right now I think this is a great starting point to reduce his health. Speaking of OP, Pam OP, right? Pam has been really, really strong. So here's what they've done to Pam. They reduced her healing station, heals per second, from 360 to 320. That's good, and they decreased their healing station's health from 360 or 3,600 to 2,800. So healing station power and health is getting a nerf. That's needed. I'm with that. Pam herself, however, is getting a health buff from 4,000 to 4,200. I'm okay with that too. Here's where it gets interesting though. The amount of bullets in each attack is changed from 11 shots to 9, which will make the attack quicker. And they decreased her reload speed from 1.6 to 1.2, which is a pretty big reload speed buff. So she's going to shoot less bullets, but a lot faster. So this is going to be really interesting. I don't know how this is going to work out, but I like the change overall. I think I will. I don't know if I could say I like it. I'm interested to play her now and see how it goes, because Pam has been really strong, and we'll see how this balances her out. Next up, we got Barley. Here's what they've done. They've decreased his main attack projectile speed by 15%, right? So it doesn't fly as fast. However, they've increased his star power healing from 100 to 200. His star power gets buffed, his attack projectile fly speed gets lowered, and so I think that is a good thing. All right, now to the brawler that you're all watching me play right now is Crow. Crow is a bit too fast in assassinations. By decreasing his super jump speed, will make him slightly easier to counter without reducing his other stats. So this is good. I like this nerf. It's not a big nerf, but I think it's in line, and I think that this is going to work out pretty well. All right, so we got Tara. Tara's super damage was slightly too low, so they increased her super damage from 560 to 800. Shelly. Okay, so Shelly, I think Shelly is really well balanced, with the exception of one thing, and Brawl Stars agreed with me, and that is that her star power, it is a beast, and you pretty much were just waiting to die for the next 3 seconds. So they've knocked that down from 3 seconds to 2.5 seconds. So her star power has been nerfed, but not by a huge amount. I think this will be a really good balance. All right, last but certainly not least on this list, I actually saved him for last because I know that you guys love some Mortis. I not so great in Brawl Ball, but here's the problem with Mortis is that in Brawl Ball, as long as Lex isn't playing him, he is really, really, really strong. And so you can't really give him a buff while he's so good at Brawl Ball, because that would make him just a complete god of Brawl Ball, which he kind of was already. So what they've done is that, well, let me just read what they've said here. So what they've done here is they've increased his health, they've increased his damage, and they've increased his speed. I know you guys have been wanting that speed back from 650 to 700. He's still not like ridiculously fast like Crow, but he's much faster now. So more health, more damage, and more speed. However, here's the nerf is that they reduced his main attack range from 3 tiles to 2.33 tiles. I don't know how I feel about this. I haven't played him since this, so we'll see how this all goes, but 2.33 tiles, that sounds really short. So I guess I'm just going to have to play it and see how I feel about it, but overall, I like changes being made to Mortis because something needed to happen, right? Something had to happen. Is this the answer? I don't know yet. You guys that are really good at Mortis, you let me know what you think about this rework of Mortis, but that's what it is for now. So that's going to wrap it up for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video of me hitting 500 on my crow. Been a long time coming. Like I said, I don't get to play as much as I should, but I just decided I'm doing it last night, and we did it. So 500 on my crow. Yeah, buddy. Let me know what you guys think about all these balance changes in the comments down below. And as always, until next time, I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Lux out.